What's up, YouTube? Today we're going to have a little lesson in how not to record a video. Right now I have my dogs who just refuse to calm down. Are in the same room as my cat, who just recently has decided to come in and play with the pups. So we'll see how this goes. Oh yeah, and I decided to have a square cup to drink coffee out of. Not recommended. Where they put the handle was on the flat side, so when you go to drink it like a normal person, it just, yeah. And so since I have light carpet and a shirt my son bought me, I won't be doing that. Now, circumstances were different. Anyway, so I'm going to try to do this one more time before we get going. I want to make this little video really just to apologize for how long it's been since I've been making a video. So, took a job that I thought was going to allow me to still continue to produce content. Yeah, that's not how that worked out. Surprising. Shock, I know. Because no one was working. So, you know, those who did had to do everything. So I've taken a different route, and we're going to be working out from home again. So another video coming out very shortly about that. So what I wanted to do was kind of give you an idea of some of the things that are going to be changing here with the channel. Going to be stepping it up just a notch. I've been learning over the last couple of weeks a new video program called DaVinci Resolve, and I actually will be a video following about how that program works. Really is just like studio level stuff, so won't help my content any, but it will look cool. And I was kind of getting tired with what I was doing, so honestly, you know, kind of limited array. I use iMovie normally, which is a perfectly fine program, and for most people does exactly what you need it to do. But unfortunately, with the 2 channels and trying to do a variety of things, it really was getting to the point to where it was like, this is really not enough. And this program is also free, and if you know me, I'm a fan. It took me a long time to get the program I'm using now, iMovie, to do anything of any, you know, consequence. And so now I figured, you know, now that I've got that one down, I'll just, you know, start from scratch. Which leads me to the point of the day. One of the things that I have found is that when we get into these new endeavors is we often view it as starting from scratch, but are we really? When it comes to what I'm doing in this scenario, which is working with a new program, I had to be able to really bring a little bit more to the table than what the average person does, because if you know me, I can't just settle with good enough. You know, I've got to push the envelope, so, which might explain why I'm single, but anyway. But anyhow, back to the point, what I was afraid of for the 3 years that I've been doing this kind of crap, I kind of felt like, you know, how can I let this go now? I've got all this time invested. Not realizing that what I was actually doing was hamstringing myself because the limitations of what I was using. And so sometimes, maybe, when we are using something because that's familiar, maybe we should reevaluate. So, like many things in my life, I thought, well, maybe I'll just start making some concessions here and there. Or maybe I can learn some other things. Or maybe I can learn to use a couple of other programs and import them in. It'll make the process take far, far, far longer, but I'll still give me the same end result that I'm looking for. And so I kept giving myself actually more and more work because I was trying to take the easy way out. So when I finally decided to sit down and spend a few hours researching what this program was and what it offered, I came to the sudden realization that I was stupid. because I had spent all these years not investigating, not even looking into it. I didn't even want to take the time to really see how the program worked because I knew its reputation. I knew everybody was like, oh my God, this is just the worst thing in the world. It's so hard. You don't want to do this because it's hard. This is difficult. This is challenging. This is outside of the norm. This is not what regular people do. You need to do the easiest thing you can, the quickest thing you can, and just be happy with the results. That might be how you roll. That's not how I roll. So what I had to do was come to the realization that they don't live my life. I live my life. And though it may seem like a decision that is just inviting extra work, but without seeing the end result, you don't see the value of said extra work. Does that make sense? You know, often people who are on the outside of our life, who are looking in and they're giving us advice, and it's always well-meaning, sometimes well-meaning advice. We have to kind of look at that and say, you know, I appreciate what you're saying, but you really don't have the whole picture. I have the whole picture. This is the life that I'm living, and I need to make decisions based on what is best for me and for mine. And so taking people's consideration in is one of those things that I always do with a grain of salt, with a little bit of, I get where you're coming from, but I can't verbalize to you what I want to see accomplished in this situation. Sometimes it's just more than words can explain. You know, explain to me why you love someone. You know, some things are hard to really put into words, so it's something that we really are relying on our gut feeling. We're relying on our intuition and our instinct when it comes to decision making. And so in the middle of that, sometimes we have to do the things that may look excessively difficult from the outside, but when we're in the driver's seat and we're looking at the situation and going, no, you don't understand. Yeah, this is going to be hard for now, but this is where I need to be. And so I need to do this hard thing now, even though it seems contradictory to what I want. You know, I want to have more free time. I know that's a shocking concept for many, many people, that anybody would want to have more free time, but I want to have more free time like everybody else. And what I do to make a living is very time consuming because it's a kind of a creative process, and sometimes that's quicker than others. What I wanted to do was to be able to give myself the tools that it would take to do work at the level that I want to be working at, and it really became the decision is mine, because no matter who I talked to, the general response was, well, I think what you're doing is perfectly fine now. Well, I get and I appreciate that, but I want something more, and I want to go to the next level, so I'm willing to do this hard work, even though it seems like I'm taking the long way around the block. The end goal is something that we always have to keep in mind. When it comes to decision making in the process of getting through these greater things that we are reaching for, that many of us are reaching for, we do have to take the path less traveled. That's a concept that really goes back throughout all time. And if you've read any poetry in high school, you're already thinking of several right now that are popping in your mind. That is not a foreign concept to the human experience. When you are moving down said path, when you're moving through your journey through life, when opportunity comes, presents itself, that gives you more skills, that allows you to expand what you're able to do, what you know, your circle of influence, those things are going to be hard. If they are easy, let me give you this little clue as a 52-year-old man. If it's easy, there's no payout. There's not going to be any profit in it. The end result is not going to be what you expect. When you go and do anything in life, the easy way out is never the best way. Those are two separate things. There's the right way to do it, and there's the quick way to do it. I mean, that's kind of like a running joke, isn't it? For like repair people around the world. You know, you can do it right, or you can duct tape. You know, which do you want to do? Well, Do we want to keep duct taping our life, or do we actually want to take the steps necessary to get it on the path that we feel like that we need to be on? And that usually involves, making the hard decision. I'm not really good at that. So I'm good at telling other people that they should do that. But when it comes to Brian's house, I'm not real good at that. And so what that's done is cost me a lot. And so I'm doing this as a way to keep it from costing you a lot. So, please take the advice. Good God. I hope it does somebody some good, because it obviously came a little too late for me. But we're not here talking about me, are we? So I guess kind of we are. Wow. That's not narcissistic at all, is it? All right, guys. Thanks for stopping in. We will be popping out some more random shopping videos. I'm going to get that kicked up a little bit again, because I just freaking love spending money. And especially when it's on stuff I have to have, then I can justify it. So I wonder if it ties into anything that I've talked about. Nah, not related, I'm sure. I think that's going to be it. So I will see you guys very shortly. All right, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate hanging with me, and I do love you guys and appreciate your time. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you like what you're seeing here, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.